You finally made it into the interview, and they hit you with, "Tell me about your experience with Agile environments." You freeze because you're not even sure what methodology you do use. You're just keeping the wheels on at work, patching pipelines and chasing schema changes. I've been there, and over 25 years, I've seen it all. Waterfall projects that took forever, half-baked agile rollouts that went nowhere, and fire drills that upended whole teams. I've also seen solid agile teams that really delivered. I'm going to show you exactly how agile applies to data engineers so that you can answer these questions with confidence and land your next job offer. So, let's start simple. What is Agile for data engineers? It's about doing 5 things. 1, delivering in small, actionable increments. 2, working hand in hand with your analysts and business users. Planning in short cycles so that you can adjust to schema changes and shifting priorities. 4, building in feedback loops and data quality checks into every sprint. And 5, making the whole process transparent with lineage and documentation. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Agile in data means incremental delivery, collaboration, flexibility, feedback, and transparency through it all. Here is what most people get wrong. They think Agile equals standups and Jira boards, or worse, they think that Agile means releasing half-baked products to test on stakeholders. I remember this interview back in the early 2010s where I was asked what I thought about Agile. And I was younger and wasn't exactly sure what Agile was at the time. I said, "I don't like it. I think you shouldn't test your product on your customers." I was dead wrong. I misunderstood the whole vision and the whole methodology. I've since learned quite a bit. But stand-ups and boards, those are not just for show. The real mindset is also delivering value in useful chunks and adjusting quickly when things change. And the planning isn't gone, it's just agile, flexible like Google Maps, rerouting when traffic builds up. Let's connect this to data engineering. Agile was designed for software development. You push a feature, user clicks a button, and you can see it in action. For data engineers, our features are a little bit more invisible. They're ingestion pipelines, transformation logic, or maybe gold layer tables. The business only notices when a dashboard breaks or a number looks weird. That difference changes everything. Agile for data isn't just about pushing features, it's about delivering trust, quality, and visibility into the data itself. Here's how I explain it. Agile in data engineering is kind of like changing the oil in your car while it's still going 70 miles an hour. The business can't stop moving. Finance still has to close the books. Sales still needs their dashboards, and you can't pull over. Agile lets you keep delivering while making changes in small, safe steps. Let's look at some of the Agile ceremonies and artifacts through a data engineer's lens. Daily stand-ups. In data, this isn't what code did you push. It's what blockers do you have with schemas, or source systems, or downstream consumers. The stand-up becomes a dependency checkpoint, and sometimes a diplomatic checkpoint. Sprint planning in software, it's user stories about features, while in data, your stories are probably more about ingesting the Salesforce opportunity table that changed 3 weeks ago and 3 new custom fields are added, right? Or maybe it's building out a gold layer model. The acceptance criteria for these, it's that the data flows, it's tested, and it's documented. Where we have retrospectives, in software, you talk about velocity and process. In data, you're going to probably be talking about how a schema change blew up a pipeline and what safeguards you need to catch. In data, you might talk about how schema change blew up a pipeline and what safeguards you need to use to catch that earlier in the next sprint. Artifacts tend to shift a little bit too for data. A backlog in software might say add a profile picture, upload. In data, it might be ingest Salesforce opportunity object with 22 new fields. Instead of feature toggles, you've got data quality checks, lineage, documentation, and slowly changing dimension tracking tables. How do you answer these agile questions when it comes to an interview? Here's the structure that I recommend. Step one, explain the principle so that your interviewer knows that you understand what's going on and you don't just think, like I did, that we're just testing things on customers. So, agile means delivering value iteratively with feedback and communication. Step two, explain the data twist. In data projects, our features are often tables or transformations. So we adapt Agile by writing user stories around ingestion, transformations, and validations. And then step three, give an example. For example, we broke down a Salesforce integration into small stories. First, ingestion of the accounts table, then opportunities, then applying some transformations, and then servicing to our dashboards. Each sprint delivered something useful instead of waiting for 3 months for the whole thing all at once. The answer shows that you understand the mindset, the data reality, and how to connect the two. That's senior level thinking and shows that you are taking care of your customers or your stakeholders. And here is where those 5 fundamentals come back into play. Deliver in increments. Collaborate across your roles. Plan flexibility. Build in some feedback and stay transparent to your stakeholders. If you keep those in your back pocket, you'll always have strong, confident ways to talk about Agile. Now, I want to hear from you. How does your team actually run Agile? Are you stuck in endless stand-ups, or have you figured out how to make it work for data? Drop a comment down below and your answer might help someone else prepping for the same interview. So here's where we've landed. Agile isn't just tickets and meetings. It's a mindset that you can adapt to the realities of data. Be sure that you learn the principles, frame them in data terms, practice your interview answers in front of your spouse, in front of the mirror, in a recording that you watch back over and see how it comes across. And one mistake to avoid, don't overcomplicate it. You don't need to recite the whole Agile manifesto. Keep it simple, keep it real, and Agile is about working, not jargon. If this helped, grab the free one-pager down below that I put together with the Agile questions that we discussed, along with the definitions, and it's going to give you the exact phrasing to use when you're on the spot in your interview. Now that you're ready to lean into data engineering, find out what the whole map looks like right here. That video walks you through not just Agile, but the full stack of skills that you're going to need to land the data career of your dreams.